just come in there and look for knockoffs, and that's not the case. I'm actually a sharp, smart fighter.
So, well, wait, I'm here. Who wants to fight with me?
I really don't care who's in front of me. I don't feel like no fighter beat me.
My goal is to demolish everybody, to be honest. Everybody that's in my way. The pinnacle to any weight division is to have all the belts, all of the titles. Body work,
Welcome to Body Work. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Body Work Boxing. It feels so good to be back. How y'all doing this evening? Salute the Cookie Monster. She say body work. Armstrong emoji, flame emoji, box emoji, rinse, wash, repeat. Salute Cookie Monster and C-Dub. Thanks for that $5 super chat, man. Keep up the good work, body work. I appreciate you, man. I do, man. I really do, man. That means a lot, man. Speaks volumes, man. Speaks volumes. I appreciate that. But I think we're here for a good one today, man. I guess I'm a weirdo of some sort because I actually really care about the sport, man. It's like a lot of people get caught up in the hoopla and the here he say and the she say and what can be done and why it's only one or two big fish or three big fish. And I was asking myself a question. On the low though, is Key kind of taking over Top Rank? Keyshawn the businessman Davis, is he taking over Top Rank? I'm gonna make a compelling argument that maybe he is. Maybe he is. He from Virginia. He getting ready to headline. Cookie Monster say sounding good. Salute. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. But he's getting ready to headline, and I haven't always understood Key. I saw the talent inside the ring, but I didn't always understand him. And I said, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I wouldn't have done that. I would do this. I would have done that. You know what I'm saying? But I gave it some time. I didn't overanalyze anything. And I really sat back and I started watching the move. And part of the problem was can you hear me right now? Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, man. It be the pop, man. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is, but we good, man. It sounds good. Okay, salute. All right, Brooklyn hit. Salute body in the chat. Yeah, salute, AC. Okay, he said, bro, you crispy. Okay, cool. I got a weird message in the background. You know what I'm saying? I don't like technical. I'm a perfectionist. I don't like that. But anyways. Let me get back on Azimuth, man. Listen, on the low though, I was looking at Keyshawn and some of the moves. Now I can say I didn't agree with everything along the way. You know what I'm saying? But I would say I'm 90-10 with Key. It's just the 10% where it's like, man, you young, you fly, you famous, you flashy, you flamboyant, you doing your thing. Ain't nobody really gonna be able to tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's just the 10% that's like, man, if I can go back my younger time being, you know what I'm saying, from around this area, aka the DMV. If I could go back and tell my younger self, this is what I would do. But it's like I sat back, I watched, and I realized that when it came down to Keyshawn Davis and the whole thing of him coming into his own, because the question always was, will he ever be able to come fully into his own? Right? But Shakur Stevenson was there. Devin Haney was there. But when Devin was there, it wasn't permissible for Key to say anything because all of the Devin Haney fans, they would jump on him. They was already getting tight once Shakur moved up. But like once Shakur and Keyshawn was in the same division, along with the great Lomachenko, where Lomachenko's future was rocky with the war going on and all this and all that. You know what I'm saying? It was rocky for a second. He got a couple fights and was able to reestablish himself. And with all of them guys being on Top Rank, you gotta think. Teofimo Lopez was already over there. And so in one breath, I was saying, man, hold on, Key, how you calling out T? But then I said, you know what, hold on, that's what the young boy's supposed to do. If he calling out Tank, he's supposed to be calling out T.O. He's supposed to be talking to Devin like that. He said he got a pass because him and Shakur were boys. Okay, cool. Shakur got a pass because him and Key were boys. Okay, cool. There were too many people fishing out of the watering hole. And before I had that little mic hiccup, you know what I'm saying? I was just saying, it's just like, man, you can't have too many apex predators in one area. It's just like you can't take too many salmon out the stream. You're going to knock off everything. You kill too many bugs in one area if you want to. It's going to be a chain of events like Lemony Snicket's. And so what happened? I believe there was a plan. I believe that it was almost going to come down to that movie Gladiator. Not Gladiator with Russell Crowe. I'm talking about Gladiator with Cuban Gooding Jr. And that Hispanic dude that be playing on Chicago PD now. La Raza. Like when they came down, it was just, and he was like, Horn wants us to kill each other. It was getting ready to be a Bob moment where, you know what I'm saying, it was going to come down to Keyshawn and Shakur. Why? Because somebody wasn't going to be fighting at their proper weight class. And instead of Horn wants us to kill each other, it was going to be a Bob wants us to kill each other type moment. Y'all remember when my man came down off the stands, put on the gloves? And he had to fight my man in the movie, you know what I'm saying? That's a classic, you know what I'm saying? Go back and check it out. But it was coming down to where there could only be one. They were all vying, because everybody vying to be able to put Loma, the perceivably old dog, the one who's been getting all this credit, all this praise, all this whatever, hoopla around him, all this sensationalism around him, all this time. All these guys want to be able to put him out as misery. They all do. Shakur didn't want to resign with Top Rank for the bread that they were paying. He made moves. When Baranchak actually won, because nobody really wants to actually look at this, but we do body work over here. This is Fruits and Veggie, not that Reggie, but we're going to look at it, and I got some things to actually bring to the table. We actually going to look at it. But when you look at it, right, prior to Shakur Stevenson leaving Top Rank, it was the guy on the right on the island The other three was over there. Mind you, none of them got the none of this happening. But when Baranchek jumped up and he got that strap, you got to ask yourself, well, what happened? What has he done since he got that strap? Why hasn't anybody's name been mentioned? Why? I'm gonna tell you, because they had a plan. So you cannot dilute your way of thinking that if Shakur Stevenson would have stayed over there with Top Rank, that he would not have ever gotten a shot at the WBO or the IBF. Come on, man. You have to be crazy to think that one of them somehow, some way, that was going to be in the deal. He was probably going to have to fight somebody like a Muay or somebody like that who he probably didn't want to afford an opportunity to, because why? It's like they called it looking back. That's how I've been calling it out. When somebody's ahead of you and they can always use I'm looking back. Like, what do you have to offer and what do you have to bring to the table? They was always going to be able to do that. And Shakur was seeing the writing on the wall where it's like, look, man, I think I'm above this money. I think I'm above this money that you're giving me, so I'm not going to take that opportunity. What opportunities was he turning down? We don't know. But you'll be a brand new fool thinking that if Shakur didn't take that deal, he was going to get a shot at either Loma or Baranchek. So when Shakur Stevenson decided to walk across the street, that left Loma and Baranchek. Well, Baranchek won the belt. Loma say, I'm having family time. You know what I'm saying? Tank was trying to get with Loma. No, I'm having family time. Okay. All right. Not right now. Okay, cool. You got to think. When the belt first was won, who did they have a plan for? Because it's either they're gonna allow Loma to go ahead and get that fight with Baranchek and unify, and he can go out with all the glory or whatever, because he's gonna go out beating the champion and walking away on his own terms. Or guess what? If we look right here, and you know how it is when it comes down to this. YouTube thing. You gotta protect yourself in all times. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at this. This is going to be very interesting. I believe this was the plan all along. Shakur thought he was above the money, but he was going to get a Baranchek or a Lomachenko. You can't convince me otherwise. Like, I'm not going to sit here and argue with nobody who would try to tell me that. But what happened was, when Baranchek won the belt, you got to look at where Keyshawn was. Keyshawn is number 3 in every sanctioning body except for the one where Tank Davis is. The WBA. Keyshawn is number 3 with the WBC, right behind Moritalia, right behind Williams Zepeda. Williams Zepeda is number 1 across the board. That's why I said it shocked me when I seen a champion go say he gonna take a stay busy fight to get prepared for the number 1 challenger. That was suspect. On any other planet, on any other day, if this was your fighter and you didn't, it was no history, you would say, man, come on, man, that's biting the pillow energy right there, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man, that's some biting the pillow energy. But if that's your favorite fighter, okay, cool. He's one of my guys too. It's just I don't always get down with the moves. But if you look at Williams Zepeda, he's number 1. So in the essence of things, whoever would pick him, or because of the cachet that he brings and the notoriety he brings, because this is one of Mexico's next big things, y'all. Regardless who he fight and whatever champion, he's been making his name. He did it the hard way. He did it the hard way, and he did it over there with that guy, Oscar. You know what I'm saying? This is Oscar, like, so you can say this is the revamp of, this is like disciplined, not as naturally talented, but disciplined, hard working, straight up Mexican style. This is him after the Ryan. This is Oscar's next thing. It was supposed to be Virgil Ortiz. The verdict is kind of out. It's kind of divided. But he has his pick of the litter. But look at Keyshawn. He right there. He at number 3. He right there at number 3 behind Shakur. Shakur is across the street. You can say what you want. He across the street. They say they boys. Okay, cool. Keyshawn is over here in the IBF behind William Zepeda, right up under Loma. Say what you want. He's at number 3. Right here with Baranchek, Raymond Morataya and Zepeda. He's right here with Baranchek. Well, guess what's about to happen? William Zepeda is getting ready to fight Tevin Farmer. Raymond Morataya is, I think he has a fight. We can look at that. He has a fight. Keyshawn is right there for Dennis Baranchik whenever he wants. So what does Keyshawn do? He comes down here to what? Oh, so let's do a comparison. If Shakur Stevenson was going to fight Joe Cordina down here at 13, golly, guess who else? So if this guy, Edwin De Los Santos, he at number 13. So by the ranking system, this is where they have him. Don't shoot me. Don't blame me. I'm just the messenger. Gustavo Lemos is number 13. So he was getting ready to fight the same level of competition at this point in time in his career as what Shakur was about to do. Only Cordina's coming off a knockout loss. Yes, he went up to get a belt. Gustavo Lemos is coming off of giving my man Richardson Hitchens a run for his money. Under the IBF, it was under the IBF. It was under the IBF, so it was a 10-pound rehydration. But Gustavo Lemos is a tweener. He's a tweener. He getting 35, 40 easy work. Like 35, 40, it don't matter. It's not going to be much of a drop off for that guy because of his size and stature. But I call him Isaac Pitbull Cruz with bells and whistles. Right? So that's just the rankings. Let's go over this. Painting this picture for you. I have no idea why nobody on the hunt for Baranchek. Where are the hunters? Exactly. I'm gonna tell you. This is best laid plan. See, listen. You know, I always be telling you, man. Like these guys they already be knowing the plans. Like you got to realize that it was something as far as the Shakur going on. We probably never know. Nobody ever asked the questions. But outside of the money at that going rate, knowing that was guaranteed and that was just the minimum. That was just the minimum. It had to be something in that works. It had to be a fight in the mix of him getting Baranchek or Loma that he didn't like. It had to be something. Had to be something. Or was it best laid plans? We'll get there. It was really Bob's security blanket. Why? Because through Baranchek, it's like I ain't gotta have. Because remember, Bob came on and said you can't make these fighters. He fight anybody. Like he said we had him signed, but he wouldn't fight him. He said that about some big names. I don't want to bring up the names that he said that about because people want to pick and choose when they want to believe Bob. I'm just gonna say that Bob is one of the ones said he came on and said yesterday I was lying, today I'm telling the truth. And fans are like rocks. You can just throw them wherever you want. That was his saying. And he's gotten older and he really don't care about what's coming out. But Bob, on his end, having, in essence, all 3 belts. Now, Shakur went over and messed with Matchroom, so that belt is off the table. But with Shakur in there, but even without Shakur, with him having Loma and the wild card, which is Baranchek, under his wing, he can pick and he can have pull over whoever wants to be undisputed. Why? Because he can control who they're going to fight. And I don't understand why we don't see that this is how this works all the time. This is something that Top Rank been doing all the time. It's like people want to play politics when it comes down to the whole TO and then Devin and Cambosis and all that stuff. But if you were following the bouncing ball, you would have seen when the ball actually went in the hole. You wouldn't have just said, oh, no, he didn't win. You'd have been following. But by Bob actually having that Baranchek piece, he's controlling pretty much whoever wants undisputed. He's controlling it. Why? Because you're going to have to get Baranchek. Why is nobody calling him? Why? Because right now, nobody really knows who the guy is. They saw him fight. They saw what he was able to do, but they don't know who he is. Bob got him on lock because through him, I can control all these other. Oh, y'all want undisputed? Oh, Loma, you want to ride off into the sunset? I can give you your mans. Tell me when you want it. Oh, Shakur, you want to be undisputed? Okay, well, I got Baranchek. Well, I can't tell Loma when to fight you because Loma is Loma. He don't want to fight you. But I tell you what, you fight Morataya, and then we heard Tim Bradley, man. Don't make me play the clip. We heard Tim Bradley where Navarrete said he had a signed contract with Shakur's name on it. He don't know what happened. He wasn't the only one that said that. We heard somebody else more recently say that. And then we come out and we hear what Zepeda and them said. We was having a baby. We had our baby a couple weeks ago. We were looking to fight in November. And golly, they fighting in November. So I was looking at, okay, cool. Well, with Shakur going across the street, everybody knew that they had Shushu and everything, but I think that it's clear in by the level of opposition that they're giving Shushu and the fact that they always have to pair him with somebody. Like they're always pairing him with the Puerto Rican crowd and all that. It's like it's time for him to jump out on his own thing. It's time for him to. Now, this guy that he's getting ready to fight, he's going to be like the barometer of a gatekeeper. Like if you can jump over him, more than likely you're elite. But if he give you a hard time and you struggle, you're good. And on any given night, it can happen. So he's still getting that level, and they still got to pair him with somebody else right now. They don't feel like he's that guy. Well, guess what? Guess what? Fair use. For the 7 cities. This man headlining. Keyshawn versus Limos, lightweight battle. Hampden, Newport News, Portsmouth, Norfolk, Virginia Beach. He about to put on for his city. I put on for my Norfolk knockout. Keyshawn Davis, Gustavo Limos, Scope Arena. Tickets on sale Wednesday, September 23rd, 2024. Special pre-sale begins today for November 8th. Norfolk, Virginia, September 23rd, 2024. Tickets for the homecoming of Norfolk native Keyshawn Davis, who fights Gustavo Limos in the 10-round lightweight main event on Friday, November 8th at Scope Arena. Go on sale Wednesday, September 25th. Hello! At 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster in the Scope Arena box office. A special pre-sale will begin today. Okay, that's pre-sale and all that. Okay, Davis, 11-0. He's only 11-0 with 7 knockouts. An Olympic silver medal star and world-ranked contender is bringing big-time boxing back to his beloved hometown. The card, which was streamed live and exclusively on ESPN Plus in the U.S., is Scope Arena's most significant boxing event since Norfolk-born legend Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker defended his welterweight world title against Buddy McGirt in October 1994. Dang, I was in the 9th grade. Limos, 29-1, 19 KOs from Buenos Aires, Argentina, is undefeated as a lightweight. In April, he lost a controversial decision to top junior welterweight contender Richardson Hitchens. Now, everybody know who Limos is because of Hitchens. But Hitchens ain't getting the credit for pulling that off. Never got dropped. He pulled it off. He gave him a hard time, but Richardson got denied. Trust me on the scorecard and getting Hey, listen, unless you got hella fire favor, man, and you had to really win that fight in today's day and age because who they want to win is going to get the decision. This man got a decision in a tough fight where Lemos had nothing to hold his head down about. It was under the IBF. Richardson Hitchens showed that he had dog. He got clowned by Devin for the rehydrate, like the weight. You talking about we can't use weight as an excuse. I said, oh my goodness. I digress. I can't wait to have the support of everyone from Norfolk, the 7 cities, and all of Virginia. It's going to be something special, Davis said. I always dreamed of fighting at Scope Arena, and I'm coming to give everyone in the 757 a spectacular show. The co-feature sees WBO welterweight world champion Brian Norman Jr., 26-0, 20 knockouts, make his first title defense against Puerto Rico's Derek Cuevas, 27-1-1 with 19 KOs. Listen, somebody's going to sleep. This man is headlining with a champion on his undercard for his people. And Brian Norman got the kind of style to where their motto is, listen, man, we're going to kick in your front door. You know what I'm saying? We're going to blow the doors off the hinges. We coming in there and we taking what we want. And he going up against a guy that ain't look like, we're going to look at him on box rec, Derek Cuevas. He's 27-1-1. I mean, that man knows something. So out of 29 fights, he got 19 KOs, lost 1, draw 1. Brian Norman, you can consider him a knockout artist. He's 26-0 with 20 knockouts. He went over to a man's backyard out in Cali and kicked in his front door, got booed in front of his fans and knocked him the fuck out. He's gonna be on the undercard. So when they got some plans for you, they would not put that in your hands. Now, this is risky. This is risky from Keyshawn fighting Gustavo Lemos. I actually like Gustavo Lemos now. You know what I'm saying? I think he like Ice People Cruz with more man, he got weapons. And I'm sure he learned. So this is a risky fight for Keyshawn Davis because this is not no easy win. This is not just going to be unless Keyshawn make it look that way, but this is a tough thing. And for them to give you Brian Norman up under the undercard, and this is a fight that we should be talking about, where everybody complaining about us not getting a Norman in the boots and how we got divided and conquered. Ain't nobody really talking about them building this. Why? Because this is what needs to happen. This is synergy amongst people. You see Key on there doing an interview with Shushu. And we're going to look at the rest of this. Undercard action includes Keyshawn's older brother, junior welterweight contender Kelvin Davis, 13-0, 7 KOs, returning in an 8-rounder against Yace Solano, 15-3 with 10 knockouts. While his younger brother, Keon Davis, makes his professional debut in a 4-round welterweight bout. Look right there. So DB3 is on. They doing this in their own hometown, in their city. They got a champion. So it's gonna be, that's 3 fights right there in Brian Norman. So that might be 4 knockouts. Cause you know they gonna be full in now. It's a gift and a curse. Ask Regis when you at home and that pressure is on, and some people can't, you know what I'm saying, they can't hold up to that pressure. Pressure bust pipes. It's a lot of eyes. You do a lot of things. You expel a lot of energy. And it's one of them things, just like when you see the Charlo, one of them come out, have a bad one, and it can be good, but one of them can come out and set it off, the other one come out and then boost it, and the other one can just, you know what I'm saying, smack it out the park. But it's a gift and a curse. This is some synergy, and this is something that's saying, but people say that, hey, Top Rank didn't know what they was doing. They're like, Top Rank knowing what they doing when it come down to certain people. Because they still putting on for everybody else. They putting on for Shushu. They just pairing them with somebody with the Puerto Rican fan and getting that New York fan base. So it seems like there's been some changes, because I remember for a long time, they didn't know how to do this. It's like, no, maybe we got to look a little bit deeper, because when we actually seen Jared Anderson, he was actually getting his own walkouts and his own special episodes and his whole rollout and all that. So it looked like they kind of got some things. It just depends on the fighter and what they bring to the table. All of this is showing me that they actually believe in Keyshawn right now at this point in time. And now that Shakur is gone, I think he's about to step into his own. We're going to see how it pans out. Oh yeah, we're going to see. But look at this. Lightweight prodigy, Abdullah Mason, 15-0 with 13 knockouts. Looks to shine in an 8-rounder against Johan Vasquez, 26-5 with 21 knockouts. And middleweight contender, Troy the Transformer Osley, 13-0 with 5 knockouts. Keyshawn's Olympic teammate and native of Alexandria, Virginia. So you got Alexandria in the house, Norfolk in the house. Hopes to thrill the home region fans in a 10-rounder versus Tyler Hercules Howard. So you got Keyshawn, Brian Norman, Kelvin, Keon, Abdullah, and Troy Osley. That's 6 right there. Of people who, you know what I'm saying, depending on who you rocking with, you know what I'm saying, that's big. That's big for him to have this, and for him to entrust him with this right now. It's a lot of pressure, but man, if pressure bust pipes and he hold up to this pressure and he show up and he show out, this could be the thing that could catapult him. Now we already talked about the rankings and where he at. He number 3 everywhere except for with Tank in the WBA. He number 3 everywhere. Key is top ranks, new era cash cow. Key is that guy in his home state, and out of all the young fighters, Key has built a strong foundation. It's all there if he beats Gus. Easy. It's all there, man. Dangerous fight. His twin, salute body work, salute everyone, salute his twin. That's a card. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be saying, now, do we be excited? Because I'm like, hold on, man. I could go over here, grab this fan base, you know what I'm saying, defend my stuff, knock somebody out, have all this synergy with all these people in a spot like that. Like, that don't come very often. I'm trying to go to that one, man. I'm actually trying to go down there for that one, man. I'm trying to go, man. It's hop, skip, and a jump for me. But it kind of got me excited, but on a larger scale, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm critical of a lot of boxers. I put them all on a scale, right? And I judge them, right? I was one of the ones that said, man, hold on, Key, man. You can't, for what happened down there in Texas, you got to know where you're at, home. You got to know the rules. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of was like, nah, that's, as far as business, man, you got to know the rules. So then when he came back and I seen the competition in Miguel Medueno, and I said, hold on. He fighting Miguel Medueno, which is a tougher competitor than the guy Steve Claggett that Tio was fighting, except for Claggett had made pretty much light work of Medueno. I ain't gonna lie, he pretty much made light work of Medueno, but for Keyshawn to fight him the way he fought him, and then my only criticism was like him using his legs too early and picking him up as a veteran, like a veteran guy that's in there that know what he's doing. He gonna notice that, hey man, this man just drained himself. He drained his legs. He gonna try to, make you run around, use them legs, lean on you. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna do that body work on you. That's just some minor touches. And I wanted him to get Buddy out. You know what I'm saying? Buddy took some hellacious shots. You know what I'm saying? It was like rugby in there. The ref let him fight. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was a good, ugly scrap. I just wanted him because at the time he was saying he would knock out Tank. And I was saying, well, shoot, Tank only let 2 people off the hook. You know what I'm saying? At this rate, you already let 3 people off the hook. And Tank wouldn't have let this guy off the hook. So that was another criticism. I said, but for entertainment value and what he brought to the card and how he performed, I'm feeling it. He did his thing. Because that's not light work. I mean, you seen what the guy was able to do, Moran was able to do after rebuilding and retooling and some years went by. He got bigger. You see, he gave Cruz some problems in that fight. So just because you suffered a crazy loss early on to a guy with a name early, them guys, they're not easy to get up out of there. I just say, if you sit down, you buckle down, you study your opponent, you're gonna be able to get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? If you really putting in that work. But he's doing it inside and outside the ring, and people don't really they're not really quick to they'll harp on you know the slogan. They'll scream your failures and they'll whisper your successes. This is the Hampton 3 right here. Davis Brothers opened new boxing gym in Virginia Beach. And that's Kelvin right there. This was September the 8th. Virginia Beach, Virginia. Keyshawn, Kelvin, and Keon Davis are 3 big names in boxing and the creators of DB3 Enterprises. On Sunday, they welcomed community members to their new gym in Virginia Beach that aims to create new big names in boxing. Before making a career out of throwing jabs, the 3 started from humble beginnings here in Hampton Road. Keyshawn, Kelvin Davis to fight at Scope November. Look, they on the news, man. They on the news, man. So you can't really, you know what I'm saying, scream the failures and then whisper the successes. So we gotta look at this. We all started at a young age. We've been boxing for about 15 plus years. Explained Kelvin Davis. We started in a local gym, kept going, kept getting at it until we got older and it got a little more serious. That's when we created a brand name called DB3 Enterprises. Soon, Kelvin and Keyshawn will be returning to the ring in Norfolk following their last fight in July. Both brothers have records that pack a punch. Kelvin will enter his fight at 13-0 and Keyshawn with 11-0, along with 7 knockouts. Younger brother Keon will be making his pro debut with them in November. Their story is an inspiration for young future champions like 14-year-old Manny Meeks. Seeing them here is good motivation. I look up to them, said Meeks. On the opening day of the gym, community members took a jab or two at the new setup on the upstairs level of the Davis Brothers gym. Kelvin Davis says skilled boxers can shape a young person and even change their life. For one, it teaches self-discipline. Explained Davis, it's not like any other sports, football, basketball, or baseball, where you can rely on your teammate if you're not feeling good that day. In boxing, if you're not feeling good that day, it's all on you. With the new gym and the opportunity that will come with it, the Davis brothers hope to knock out any shred of doubt an inspiring Hampton Roads boxer might have by putting kids on the right path. Outside of boxing, we're trying to help the community. There's a lot of violence going on in our area, and we are just trying to change one kid at a time, said Kelvin. Opening the gym is a dream come true for Kelvin and his family. In addition to bringing boxing to the 757, the family hopes the new facility helps young local athletes like Meeks realize their dream. I would like to be a champ. That's why I aspire to be one day, says Meeks. And that's it, man. WTKR, man. These guys are they you know, it's a lot of pressure, man. But as far as checking the blocks, is it doing right inside the ring, outside the ring is a challenge to be a trio. The youngest brother, he's making his debut. He's making his debut. And this is the other thing. You see my thumbnail, right? You see my thumbnail, right? So what this means, like right now, he has limos. He's going to headline and bring Gustavo Limos on, right? I already outlined like what's going to put him in the game as far as getting that Baranchak. If that's where he goes and that's the plan for how an opportunity where he's actually going to get his his championship, he also has this Vargas brothers thing going on. He got the Vargas brothers thing going on, and let me pull it up for you. Him and El Hilal, the general, they've been going at it, man. And they're recommending look at this. And it all makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at this. Let's look at this. They going back and forth with the Vargas brothers, right? This is him. He's 12-0 with 10 knockouts. El General. He's 20 years old. He's 5'9" with a 72-inch reach, right? Larry Friars. TKO. Just the other day. So this is heating up, but this is what I want to show y'all right here. Look. 139, 138. 139, 139, 139, 140, 136, 135, 135, 135 and a half. It wasn't since before August of last year where it was under 135. But I'm thinking he might be a tweener too. But it's lining up really nice, you know what I'm saying? The only thing is that his brother, I think that's Fernando Jr. So we got Armando. Well, I ain't gonna get caught up in that. The oldest brother, I was gonna show y'all, man, without wasting a whole lot of time. I ain't want to waste a lot of time on that. One of the brothers, I think he's one of them is at he fighting at 154, which I don't know. I think Kelvin actually has the frame to where eventually he'll get there, but he has the prototypical body for somebody that can make that weight at 47. Like once Kelvin actually sharpens, like I couldn't tell you specifically what it is, but it's like two little things he gotta do, man, and he's gonna set if he continue doing what he's doing, he's gonna set the welterweight division on fire. I think he's on his way. I think these guys are on his way. I think the writing is on the wall, and the play is for Keyshawn. He's pretty much I'm thinking he's going to get that Baranchak. He's going to get the Baranchak. They taking the wheels off, and it's a lot of pressure, man. Key got to stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Don't ride around, do nothing goofy, because you're gonna be feeling like the man when you walk through. You just gotta hold it all together, man, and subdue. You know what I'm saying? You just got a little baby. They doing some big things. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of pressure for a young man. I just say, man, keep your eye on the prize, man, and stay focused. Stay focused and keep doing it, because it look like if he can pull this off, if he gonna pull this off, because if he do what he needs to do, he take care of Lemos. If he get it on with one of these Vargas guys, and it's crazy because they were top ranked, like they can get it on. He get it on with one of them Vargas boys, mainly Emiliano Vargas, and he ultimately lands on the doorstep of a Baranchek, and he get his title that way. Ain't gonna be nothing you can do. Ain't gonna be nothing you can do or say. He'll actually be legit. Like some of the things that's being called for right now because of the pecking order and because of how everything works, there are still steps that need to be done. And I think that if he does those, even if it's Lemos, another fight, and then Baranchek. Either way, I think it's going to land on Baranchek, and I think that that's how he's going to actually that's how he's going to really make his bones. He already made his bones. They know who he is, you know what I'm saying? They just want to see as the competition continue to get, you know what I'm saying, get up there. But this is a big test, him fighting Gustavo Lemos. This is a real big test with him fighting Gustavo Lemos. But I think Top Rank has a plan for him. It's all eyes on him. And we got to evaluate everybody, man. These moves that's been made and how everybody moving funny and acting funny. Now, we kind of got to look at this because it's crazy. Let's go back to these rankings real quick. It's crazy how people the rationale behind how some people go through these rankings and they discount certain things. Like let's look at this. So these are the champions. These guys right here, up these four. Like you see how this is? All that is this right here. This and this up top, that's the same thing. Let's look at this. People were saying that Raymond Morataya. Who's Raymond Morataya? What did he do? He's number 2 in the rankings. In the WBC, he's number 2. He's not ranked in the WBA. In the IBF, he's number 4. In the WBO, he's number 2. It's like at one point it's just like, oh man, I'm not fighting this guy. When somebody like Teofimo Lopez went all the way down and grabbed the guy from the lowest ones, but they'll do that. See where George Kambosos at? It'll be okay to go all the way back down here. Just like, okay, you got to think. Shakur was right here with Arthur. Now he there with the next one was going to be Cordina. It's like, we be having this different energy, man. Oh man, who is Giovanni Cabrera? Now we found out who Giovanni Cabrera was when he got in the ring with Zepeda. We found out. But look, Schofield, he down here at number 14. And that's in the IBF. But Schofield is number 2 right here with Tank. So if Zepeda go anywhere, why would it have been crazy for him? If people, oh man, he is just not ready for that. It's like, well, we play that game when it come down to these rankings, but we allow these boxers to pick anybody in these rankings, and we'll put the narrative behind it just to justify or, take a on it. But it's like we play these ranking games. So depending on who your guy is and how how you like him to cook and whether he like to put, he put enough pepper and onions. If he saute your shit the way you like it, then you're going to accept that. But I'm here to tell you that they're all playing these games when it comes down to these rankings. Because you can't tell me that this wouldn't have been a fight for Zepeda would have been a good fight for anybody. He's number 1. Raymond Mortaya, he would have been a good fight for anybody. De Los Santos, he's still a good fight. So look, people was going to scoff at the Edwin De Los Santos. Oh man, he ain't no champion. Fight one of the top guys. Edwin De Los Santos, he's right here. He's number 5 here, number 3 here, number 13 there, and number 6 there. Why ain't nobody wanted him? But you hear people talking about a Lucas body and attraction that he got going on. We just seen Josh Padley. We seen what happened with Kambosos. But look, right after that, after Loma done did what he did, look, Kambosos is still up here at number 7, y'all. Frank Martin, he took a dip. He down here at number 9. He number 8 here. He number 9 there. I'm telling you, unless you are special, ain't none of these fights are easy outs. Certain fighters might make it look like it's an easy out, but it's nobody in here. There's nobody in here that is really an easy out. We can pick and choose and see, but we know why people pick certain people, man, at the certain times and in the time frame. But this is a noble gesture for a guy like Keyshawn to pick this guy right here. He's giving this guy an opportunity, man. And they signed him. And what I have to applaud Keyshawn about, this is what I got to applaud Keyshawn about. Because we got to do this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't going to really set the example for you and really paint the picture for you. But this is what I got to applaud Keyshawn for. We heard that Gustavo Lemos went across the street and he signed with ESPN. The next time we really hear his name mentioned, other than being in a fight with Richardson Hitchens and people going back over that fight, was that he's fighting Keyshawn Davis. So what that mean? He didn't negotiate in the public, but it got done. Don't seem like it was very hard to do. But you see how if a man with a plan, now if Gustavo Lemos was over here bullshitting, he'd have came over the top rank and said, oh no, I want to do this and do that. No, he came over here because maybe if he win, maybe he might get a Baran check. They seen the kind of fighter that Gustavo Lemos was. He's an Argentinian, just like Castaño. We saw the kind of problems that Castaño gave somebody like Mel. It's certain guys that they know that if that belt get around their waist, they can politic a whole different fan base and a whole different demographic around it. Ask Berlanga. Ask him. So it's going to be a whole attraction. It's going to be Argentinians with their eyes on this card because of who he's fighting. But if you look at the undercard with Troy Osley and Abdullah Mason, DB3, and Brian Norman, it wasn't a nasty back and forth about Gustavo Lemos. It's crazy because it's never really like that with the foreign guys. But with us, it get real sloppy and dirty and messy, right? Ain't that crazy? Gustavo Lemos, it wasn't a whole lot of social media back and forth and disrespect. He went across the street, he signed, and next thing you know, a fight is announced. So I had to salute the businessman for that. I got to say, listen, man, if you are trying to bark up the tree of trying to, see a tank or, I don't know if it's going to come down to a horn wants us to kill each other like a gladiator. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's going to come down to that. You know what I'm saying? Because I really see them guys. I really see Shakur and Key really needing to go to 40. I heard that Frank went to 40. I have been saying that was one of the problems beforehand. It's on wax several thousand times with me saying that Frank Martin was really a 40. I heard that Edwin De Los Santos might be in 40. So 40 is really getting popping. 40 is my division. This is what's going on. But it's crazy how ain't nobody calling certain names up there. Ain't nobody ruffling no feathers with Pueblo. Ain't nobody barking up that tree. There's a bunch of people saying they'll have Ryu, but they just hoping that Isaac Pitbull Cruz can beat Ryu, even though I don't think it's gonna happen. Matter of fact, I'm gonna probably bet and win money again that's not gonna happen. Pitbull ain't gonna be able to do it. But it's crazy how people are picking and choosing who they want up there. But that's where I think they're gonna be. We know it's the Cold War, but we're gonna mess around and let it get too cold. And one of these right here, because I've been saying this is what I've been looking at, man. Because they can go. You see how Limos is a tweener. You got the roll right here. Those are 140s. That's what Richardson Hitchens is, the guy on the right. Devin, he ducked that Sandor Martin smoke. Won't nobody say Kenny Sims, and everybody acting like Gary Russell ain't nothing since he took the loss to Puelo. But guess what? I'm hearing that Puelo, it's a rematch with that. But this is what I'm looking at. We were saying that any one of these assassins right here, on any given day, and golly, look at who we talking about. Look at who we talking about. Look whose name ringing bells and who's emerging out of these guys. There's a couple guys that's emerging right now. Zepeda, he's emerging. Keyshawn, he's emerging. Abdullah Mason, he's emerging. Cruz, he's holding it down, but we got to see what Eddie got going on. We got to see how Frank bounced back. Schofield, he got the Netflix stuff coming up. De Los Santos, not going to hear from him until 2025, I suppose, is what they're saying. But who's emerging out of these guys so that we're not always leaning and always crying about one person and what they got to do this and how they got to do that. Who's getting it popping? We got to say that Key is emerging, man. He's doing grown man things. I just wonder, I'm like, look, man, if the talk won't be like that on the internet, show the action, and God damn it, he's showing the action. Ain't nobody talking about it. Why? Because people want the gossip around it. They don't want to see the scraps. They don't want to see these musical chairs. They don't want to see these champs really have to get in where they fit in and put it down. They just want to be able to ride the coattail, benefit off of the content, and ride the coat with. Keep doing this thing. He doing this thing. It's obvious that Top Rank believe in him. And if he keep doing what he's doing, and see, what I like about this plan is it all makes sense. See, doing this Limos fight, this wasn't nothing crazy because Limos decided he wanted to make a step. Now, I think he has ambition. Who knows? But maybe he is going to go. We can go back and look and see where he ranked at again in these rankings. But maybe he might have a Baran-Check fight. Or maybe that might be an appealing fight for him and Lomachenko to do it. Maybe. That might be appealing. But by getting Limos on there, common opponent of Richardson Hitchens, boom, people know what Limos is capable for. Now he ain't just a tough fight. People seen what he's able to do. They saying, okay, well now you got some traction because people gonna say, oh well, can Key do that better than what Richardson Hitchens did or whatever? It ain't really no weight excuse thing because Limos is a tweener. Now I'll be saying a little something if it wasn't that he wasn't a tweener, that if Limos wasn't a tweener, he was really a 40 and he just doing this, but he's a tweener and his style, you know what I'm saying, his body style can handle it. Going back and forth with the Vargas brothers. Listen, I was saying I was going to do a video called Bloodlines the other day. You got the Masons, you got the Vargas boys, you got DB3, them Davis boys. You got some young twins, the McGrandy twins. I've been following them for a while. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping, man, that the world don't, you know what I'm saying? I hope they keep them together, man, because we had the Charlos. You see how people treat it, you know what I'm saying? Because people love to divide and pull and try to put all these things. Hope that they keep it together. But if he keep going, they got a story already built in with the Vargas brothers. And they can go back and forth. Emiliano, El General, and he looking good. He performing inside the ring. They might be on the blockbuster path. And why? That's the Green Prince. And if he do right, he go in there, he show out. He don't lose Bob no money. He make Bob and them that money. He get Limos out of there. He have a fire undercard where he cause all that traction and show what he can do at his own hometown. Now, Boots, he had 15. I think Shakur was like right around 9 or 10 at home. We're going to see what Keyshawn going to do. Headlining, back at home. We're going to see what them numbers is like. He showed that, hey, look, I can put these down here and you're going to have them people, he's going to bring them out. People are going to get on the road and go see, man. And that's another hub. Like, we should have been trying to get the Norman and the Boots thing popping because we need to be able to ride down to Atlanta and get it popping over here. Not worried about all this stuff, all this trouble in paradise over there, but stuff that's going on over here. But if he do what he need to do, and he does right by Bob, and he, you know what I'm saying, he clean house, he do, you know what I'm saying, this event goes off without a hitch, he does his thing, and he get Baranchak, that's his path. Now you an influencer. Now, you know what I'm saying, you in some cases, once you do that, you can start doing the A-side because you already got the internet, you already got the gift of gab. You know how to talk yourself into a fight. You gonna talk that shit. All you gotta do is walk it out, and he's doing it. Somebody gotta salute him for that. Somebody gotta say, hey, listen, and that's just me here to put the stakes in the ground. Key gonna sell out, no question. I believe he is too. I believe he is too. But what y'all think about these moves? Did I make a compelling enough argument for us to actually consider these moves and see who's actually taking over Top Rank? Because I think Bruce is on his way. You know what I'm saying? Bruce is on his way, but when I look at let's look at that, because Bruce, you know what I'm saying? I call Bruce. AC said solid moves. Yeah, I think they solid moves. You know what I'm saying? We gotta walk it, we gotta see it through. But let's look at this, because I wanna this is the only thing, not that. Let's see. So people gonna say, why not Bruce? Why ain't Bruce? Bruce is doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? But as far as, see, Bruce is on that anyway path, and he's also 12-0. He's 12-0 with 8 knockouts. He's 27. Let's see. This is why I say Bruce is on his way too. Bruce has traction. I say Bruce has traction. He got good traction, but they keep pairing him with like Xander in the Puerto Rican and stuff like that. And that's to cultivate the Brooklyn, that New York, you know, thing. But we also got to look at this. See, he's calling out anyway. And that's rubbing a lot of people wrong. Which is like, man, that's what they say, man. Anybody can call out Tank. Anybody can call out Canelo. Like, so that's just the thing. In this new era, you could just call straight for the top. Like, it don't matter what you done. They say that's what you're supposed to do. That's the culture now. Like, that's really the culture. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Sometimes I look at it like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. But then when there's food all around you. So let's look. This guy that he's this guy. This is why I say. Suleiman Sagawa, he's 17-4 with 6 knockouts. He has a 35% knockout rate. So ain't nobody really gonna be thinking that, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really gonna be thinking that you dealing like, normally when I see that percentage and it's that low, they're not trying. They putting you in a situation where they want you to style on somebody. They want you to, you know what I'm saying? They want you to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, push somebody in. You know, when I see that. But this guy has shared the ring. Silver Spring, Maryland. He in Silver Spring. Oh man, he in Silver Spring. Damn near right down the street. We gotta look. In 2020. November of 2020, Jermaine Ortiz. He got knocked out by Jermaine Ortiz in 2020. You see what I'm saying? He got knocked out by Jermaine Ortiz, light skinned Jermaine, the one who was in there with T.O. and he danced with T.O. arguably beat T.O. He was in there with Loma, arguably beat Loma. He knocked him out back in 2020. He was in there with Elijah Pierce. He won that majority decision. And who else did I see on here? Abraham Nova. He lost with a UD to Abraham Nova. He lost a UD to William Foster. And William Foster is the guy who actually beat Edwin De Los Santos, his first fight over here. Where some people say, you know what I'm saying, that could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Willie Foster. I've seen Willie Foster on his A game and his style. You know what I'm saying? He's a fun guy to watch, but I've seen him on his good days and his bad days. But like with a record like that, what this tells me is that they're actually wanting to see if this man can hurdle this guy. Like, because he's one of them guys to where if you can beat him in devastating fashion, then you're elite. If you go in and you have a hard time with this guy, you have a hard problem with this guy, you ain't ready. So as long as you're still taking these kind of fights, it's like, man, I want you to fight them guys that's up there in your weight. Like, because it's crazy to say anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to be saying anyway, even though that's the culture now. You're supposed to be able to say the name up top. Just like I used to think it was crazy when Keyshawn said he had knocked Tank out, but I'm like, hey, he a boxer. If you feel like he can knock him out, he can do that. I was just saying, well, listen, if you feel like you can knock Tank out, then you gotta get rid of McDueno. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was saying. So with this Bruce thing, I'm like, if you calling on Inoue, which you should, even though that guy's in his 5th weight class, double undisputed in his last 2. He's been a champion in 4 different divisions. He's visited 5 divisions. He's double undisputed. And you're saying that next year is when you're going to be talking about a title. I'm like, okay, cool. That means that this guy right here, when you get hold of him, got to make an example out of this guy. Even though he residing at the crib. Damn near at the crib in Silver Spring. Damn near, you know what I'm saying? You got to make an example out of that guy. And it's like you got to pull a Keyshawn, man, whereas he pulling away, man. He's headlining, got a champion on the undercard. It's just like Xander. They gotta step Xander up. They gotta start throwing Xander into the fire too. But they're bringing him up, and I think they're doing it right. But that's the only reason why I say I think Key is taking it over. Shushu is doing this thing. Keyshawn is he's starting to consume it. He just got to keep doing what he's doing. You just got to keep doing what he's doing and staying on that path. But I would never deny anybody the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But if you had anybody got anything out there that they want to, you know what I'm saying, say, or before I wrap it up, anybody have any input, you know what I'm saying, something that's going to be contributory to the conversation, something on the up and up, you know what I'm saying, let me know. What's going on, AC?
What's good, bro? That shit is hype. How you got that set up? As soon as you click the link, I don't know if you ever saw it. It says welcome to Body and music, and I was like, oh, that shit is hot. But
appreciate it, man.
But basically, I just wanted to piggyback off of what you were saying and just ask the question that I kind of put out there. Do you think Keyshawn might get the Loma fight before Tank, especially the fact that Loma will be coming off of a layoff? And I don't think he's going to want to come off a layoff and go right into a team fight like that.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, that's what that's basically it. I think it's possible, plausible. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no guarantee because we don't, Loma is Loma. You feel me? Just one of those guys that can move like that. But outside of that, looking at this card and looking at how they moving, Keyshawn, you hit it right on the head, basically, with how picking up all the strong arguments that says, listen, if you just read the room, you know what I'm saying, smell what's in the pot cooking. We all know the difference between tomato sauce and curry goat. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't hard to tell like these niggas is cooking up, some curry goat with sweet plantains and festival and shit like that because they getting ready, to dump a lot of money in Keyshawn. If you really looked at how they was moving, it's like we all discussed it before on Pop's joint where we was like, Shakur is little bro, but Keyshawn is where the money's gonna lie at. They gonna land that plane in or on the continent of Keyshawn because they know it's a lot more in invested in him. Like he's already meeting with the mayor. He's already trying to implement boxing in his hometown's school curriculum and shit like that, and possibly across the state. He's got his gym, so everything he's doing is saying, "Listen, what I'm doing is bigger than me. It's for the state. It's to keep a lot of people from going in the wrong direction because it helped me and my brothers coming from a single parent household with our moms. We had to hold ourselves down because she was at work. You feel what I'm saying? And if it wasn't through the discipline of boxing, we'd probably be in all kind of hella trouble. So yeah, I want to try to bring that so kids have that, always have that in the back of their mind. I could go out here and do some stupid shit. I could just go home, chill, maybe watch some old fights, and then wake up in the morning and go to the gym. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, great point. Great things. Great things to add on, and let me add this too. Right, what we got to understand about Keyshawn is one of the things I thought was so kind of like divide and conquerish of us was when Wild Bill got online, and one of the retorts was, "Oh, it's because you must like that because you ain't got no father." I was like, man, that was like one of the craziest things, right? But when you look at the lead up, because Keyshawn's been chasing T.O., and when you look at Keyshawn, when he looked at, he's like, man, listen, and I ain't have all that. We ain't have all that. We ain't got that. So it's crazy because think about this. Think about if Keyshawn had one of them fathers out there that was talking the talk and you know what I'm saying, and stirring everything up. They might already he might be fighting for a championship on this fight, you know what I'm saying, instead, because that's the way everything is going. But it speaks volumes that this young man was able to do the things that he was able to do
on his own.
What's up, Pop?
His mom's was
Good, fellas.
his mom is the one that got him all meetings with the councilmen and school of boards and shit like that. But it was all Keyshawn's actions that got them to say, "All right, I'll take that meeting."
Yep.
I'll land it right there and just let Pop come in.
Yeah, go ahead, Pop. Speak your mind, man. What's on your mind?
I finally watched that interview with him and Shoo. That was pretty good.
Yeah. What you take away from that?
Being more personable. It was like almost a 40-minute back and forth between two of possibly the top stars from Top Rank. Because I see where the money going. Like, you can say, I ain't being racial or nothing, but like the top three, man, like I know definitely the top two is gonna be Keyshawn, because we already said that belt is in play for him. And if not him, man, Abdullah gonna pick that. He gonna pick that right up and roll with it. So I think Keyshawn got to stay focused at the task at hand. Like, what's in front of him? Like, you know what's in front of you, bro. That bird check fight. You know what I'm saying? Probably like just like you had, like maybe two more, maybe another a fight or two. If they put him in line for that belt. And if you don't look good or you fuck around and lose, Abdullah Mason will pick up like Kevin Hart did for Cat Williams.
All day. That's
Reach.
we saw that.
Let the church say amen and amen again. You know?
Because I'm watching him, bro. Like, all right, cool. You said that, you said you'll whoop Devin Haney easy. I was like, damn. You just said it like that. You said Lomachenko, he's on the back end. You said you think you could probably stop him. The shit you say about Tank, I love Keyshawn Davis, bro. You already gonna lose that fight. You really ain't ready for that fight because as many people talk about all the bombs Tank falling and shit like that, bro. That's a lot of experience. And you got, come on, bro. Like, I know you a silver medalist and all. Tank different, bro. Like, you think he just gonna walk straight into you the way he did Frank Martin? No, there's a game plan for you. There's a game plan for everybody. You don't want to be the nigga that Tank come out there and be like, oh shit, this is what the hell he was looking for. Like, chill, bro. You about 18, 19 fights under your belt for that man ruin your fucking career.
Well, I can say this, man. I stay away from it because everybody know I'm a Tank fan. I'm probably one of the biggest Tank fans on the planet. And I try to stay away from certain things and topics, but I didn't understand it. And I just walked away from it because I say, man, it's crazy that they'll get all of us going against it. And it's just like it's the Shakur conversation all over again, man. I say this. I say that, look, until they all fight, I'm pulling for all these guys, from Hitchens to Shakur to Keyshawn to Norman to Tank. Until they actually lined up in the crosshairs against each other, red corner, blue corner, and I make my decision, it ain't nothing to be divided in. It's okay to believe that Tank, it's okay for me or anybody to believe that Tank gonna win that fight. He's shown the versatility. He's scaled certain things. There are still questions with Keyshawn as far as Cruz, as far as, it's a couple questions with Key. And so, for me, I feel like, man, he doing what, because they all do it, man. They all get out there and they just be blocked. Anybody can get out there and say the top dog name. And that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They'll get out there and say Tank, or Canelo. And it's like, realistically, in your crosshairs and what you got, hell, you ranked in every sanctioning body but the one Tank in. You see what I'm saying? So it's like some things that's like, I can't even, it's like, okay, look, man, it's clear they got a plan. Even if I don't hear anything you have to say, it's clear the Top Rank has a plan for you. And we know that. Don't play us with it. You know what I'm saying? We know what it is.
Yeah, because as much as I think we were the only fucking people in the circle saying, hey, but what about the motherfucker with the WBO belt? Ain't nobody burnt
right, it's off. Niggas say, oh, burn check. Ain't nobody thinking about burn check. Burn check is burn check. Burn check. And it's like, yeah, but that nigga got a belt. So if these dudes over there talking about, and all these people running around talking about undisputed, why the fuck wouldn't you be talking about that nigga? All y'all, according to all y'all, he the lowest hanging the fruit. He's the lowest hanging fruit. So where the fuck are all the hunters? Why ain't nobody on the hunt to get on the phone with Bob and say, yo, I want that burner check fight from
already set in stone.
From Zepeda, Moratala, Keyshawn to the other champs that got a belt. Like, it should be 6 niggas that should have burner check coming, like, not coming out of their mouth every few seconds. Every time you have a microphone in your face, you should be saying, no, I want burner check. I want burner check. I want Dengue.
You know what's funny is Baranchek said it. Baranchek said his name.
Yeah.
Baranchek said Keyshawn. That was one of his options. That's why I say it's got to be a plan It's obvious because they know T.O. I was when I really started paying attention. T.O. was the first one where I said, man, hold on, man. Everybody trying to say he crazy and this, but I listened to what he was saying, and he laid it exactly out how it was. And ever since then, it's like, yeah, I started watching moves and different. That's why it's like I don't get hyped until shit get disrespectful because I already know the Top Rank got a plan, bro. I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to compel y'all to know that that's the plan, man. That's the plan. They signed Lemos because listen, with the way Lemos fought Hitchens, if Lemos get a hold of that belt, he's Argentina. He can go 35 to 40. He ain't no easy out. He's like Isaac Pitbull Cruz with bells and whistles. He's more dynamic than he is. You know what I'm saying? You can do things with him. That's a tough out. So Bob and them and the way they looking at it is, man, depending on how this all line up, and then I got Abdullah. He ain't in the rankings. I got Abdullah waiting to wins, and everybody's trying to deflect and put it all on him. But it's like, man, listen, I got these cards. Why? Because I had everybody. I had the 3 on the left. I couldn't control the guy on the right, but by having the 3 on the left, I could kind of control the options of the guy on the right.
Yep.
And that's what they're doing. And then when Shakur walked away, it's like, okay, cool. So now Loma, I could put it off on Loma and say, listen, you can't make these fighters fight if they don't want to fight them.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think, and this for both of you and Pop, do you think that Bob wanted to get rid of Shakur so Shakur wouldn't come into any kind of weird ass feelings when he goes to Keyshawn and Abdullah Mason route?
I'll take it. Let me take it first. Listen. When I show this picture, right? You gotta know that, like I said earlier, the 3-fight deal or whatever it was going to be, you gotta know that it was going to land on you getting one of them. Either you was going to get a shot at the WBO or the IBF, but it was somebody in there. It was somebody in there in that package deal that you didn't want to go through because you felt like you deserve more money than that, and you felt like you shouldn't have to go do that to get to that, because that was my whole plan, was to get undisputed. And you're looking at, this is the other thing, you're looking at what another guy was able to do. But if you look at it, what that guy was able to do, the guy who built him didn't get to capitalize on him getting undisputed. Stop looking at the guy to your right and looking at what he did. What he did was he fought one time and got undisputed. That's never going to happen again.
Yeah.
But you're looking at him. So in your situation, it was somebody on that contract that you didn't want to fight, and you was gonna have to either go through, or you felt like, hey man, like up my money or whatever. It's like, no, because at the end of the day, let's be real. Shakur and Keyshawn, they're not the same. They're both Bud proteges, but one looks more like Bud than the other.
Yep.
And one of them is already perceived as being in the realm of greatness. And by that, I believe that, because I'll never tell another man what he's worth. I don't like nobody telling me what I'm worth. You can't tell me what I'm worth. You know what I'm saying? I've shown it. I've proven it. You know what I'm saying? I have 1099 to show. Nobody can put a limit on what I'm worth. So I would never tell Shakur what he's worth, but I believe that he was saying he wanted something, and because he couldn't get it his way, he feels he's going to go a different way. Whereas, listen, Keyshawn is just add water. He can create his own buzz. Keyshawn he can get on live right now and just go live and be talking about something, and people won't go in there because, one, they don't know what he's going to say. He be cooking. He ain't scared to, you know what I'm saying, speak his mind. He'll get on, and he's right there. And the way he fights, this is the key part, the way he fights matches the things he say outside the ring.
Yeah, he's a fan-friendly fighter. People like his style.
So when he say, man, I'm gonna knock him, like he like with Medueno, he was saying I'm gonna knock him, but then you saw it and it was like, yeah, he had many attempts. There was some wrestling, there was some rugby in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? It was a little bit of everything in there, but his tone and everything he said matched his performance in the ring. Where the other guys, like, we already know you got this impeccable style of defense, but you're promising this and doing this, and then you get in there and people is like, they showing you leave and this and that, and they saying that it's a dirty game when it comes to promoters, right? So you thinking that you ain't giving these people no warm and fuzzy, like I'm gonna do this and this. They know they going out. They spanning the area and showing people walking out. Why? Because you openly said what you said, and you still won. It's just like this. It's just like recently with Devin believing that he should get the tickets. They like, hold on, man, you not on the teat no more, man. Like, hold on, these are reserved. We can't give you no free promotion. Like, you trying to backdoor the game. Like, and if you're invited, then yes, the footage and everything that's around and the moments created, we have privy to this. But with you not being on lockdown, we can't control what you got going on. Why would we give you the free pub? It's business.
Yeah.
Keyshawn right now, I'm gonna say he's more marketable. I'm just gonna say it. Like, skill set and all that is different, but he brings something different to the game, and he's more marketable.
He where the people see, like I was saying, man, Keyshawn is an investment. He's solid. He's solid in his home state. He's solid, on the East Coast. This whole thing, right, that's about to happen with this card. People gonna show up. They're gonna show out for Keyshawn, and Keyshawn is about to go into the first steps of becoming a megastar. And after that, I'll land that plane and let Pop cook. Answer that question.
What was the question again?
It was basically, do you think Bob wanted Shakur out so he can make the investments in Keyshawn and Abdullah without some weird ass words or feelings or possible lawsuit from Bob?
Well, I think one of them damn names in that 3-fight deal was gonna be Keyshawn, because we already seen how when Shakur wanted that Valdez fight, he had to fight Jamel for that. Like, nigga, you could have let me get Valdez before Jamel. You could have, but you made me go through Mel to fight Valdez. Mel ain't been the same since. Nah, I don't think, and they already got that my brother's keeper shit going on. Neither one of them moved up yet. Like, they still sit in the same division, and you can't do that shit. So yeah, that's like a basketball football move, like, because I ain't even trying, like, they around the same age, so it's like at that time, do I keep Stephon Diggs while I got Justin Jefferson? Do I? You know what I'm saying? Or do I just like let one of them go? Because only, like, I can put you niggas in a pecking order, and you niggas know, like, in a minute, I can't just have Keyshawn in the pecking order. And Shakur, y'all gonna have to battle this out. So, you can.
So it's validity what I was saying about that movie Gladiator, man. With I know you seen that classic movie with Cuba Gooding and my man. It was like, Horn wants us to kill it. It was gonna come down to, listen, man.
There's only one.
This is business, brother. And then you can't say Abdullah, my little guy. It's like, well, you gotta. I think we talked about. I said, man, you gotta go to 40 or something. And it's like, you can't make it seem like they squeezing you out. But if you had to call like that, you would tell your little guy, like, go ahead and go up to 40. But you already know you're gonna go. It's like, everybody can't be here, man.
It's all three of y'all there. You the less exciting, right about now. You're on a decline in your popularity. We loving Abdullah, we loving Keyshawn, loving niggas like Shoo, even Xander. Like, you're the one, like, out of the new niggas, was like nigga, you looking like second coming of Devin Haney all over again.
Not to sound funny, but it's basically Bob telling Shakur, you cockhold, nigga. These young niggas, right?
I mean, take it or leave it, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, you doing the same shit the niggas before you doing. Playing around with the game. You know what I'm saying? You could have been moved up, or, like, You could have fought who I put in front of you, but if you feel like you can do what you do, go ahead and do it, Nick. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. I just had to ask that question because, out of everything right now, the way, looking at this card with Keyshawn and shit like that, is basically.
A loaded card, bro. And I just
Okay,
seen
I understand this one. Look at Shakur's last card on Top Rank, and then look at this card. We're gonna see a hell of a lot of similarities.
I've been seeing. I'll be real.
What I'm saying to say, listen, Shakur,
Yeah.
you're not the only motherfucker we could make a card to and make a superstar out of.
Well, this is another thing I said about that too.
Huh?
I mean, this is another thing I'm gonna say about that because the nigga, he got his brothers on the card too, right? And I think the youngest brother's making his debut.
Yeah.
That nigga's like 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They tower over Keyshawn. He said he's 5'10". Them niggas like 6'3".
Yep.
So it's gonna be a loaded card. I don't know who Shushu fighting. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I hope there's somebody that can stand up for 6 or 7 rounds.
No, I showed you. We had it. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let me see. We had it up here. I'm gonna show you.
That's the dude that was 17-4, right?
This guy.
Oh, they got you at 17-4. Oh, it's a journey. I ain't disrespecting no more journeyman after homie got knocked out in front of him. I ain't disrespecting no more. Like journeyman, you fuck around, and you know what I'm saying.
A journeyman beat Chris Colbert.
Yeah, I say Hector Garcia is a little bit better than the journeyman.
Okay, all right. I could give
you know what I'm saying. I say he, B-level fighter. So go out, man. Well, he's from Africa. Uganda? Yeah, nah. At any given time, he can hit you with one of them Ethiopian punches. Nah, yeah, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
Because he was in there with, he got knocked out by Jermaine Ortiz in November of 2020. Light-skinned Jermaine put him out in the 7th round out of 8. He beat Elijah Pierce.
What weight class was that? Jermaine Ortiz beat him?
133.
Oh, oh man, Jermaine, get your big ass.
But that was 2020, bro. That's 4 years ago.
That nigga been big as hell for a minute.
Man.
Ever since I laid eyes on Jermaine Ortiz, I know he wasn't gonna be at 135 for too long.
He shared the ring with Abraham Nova. He lost to Nova in a 10 for 10. And Willie Foster, he lost to him by UD. And what's the other? The last guy that I knew, it might have been it. But he got some names on his resume. But I say that he's one of the guys to where he's a I ain't gonna say a gatekeeper, but he's a measuring stick to where if you can stop him or get rid of this guy, then they'll lean towards the elite side. But if he give you a lot of problems, then you ain't ready.
Yeah.
Because you should be.
He's right on the cusp of right before being old, because he's 33. So he's got that veteran. So they're going to see what you can do with him.
Because look, in essence, him and Key, they had the same. They about the same. He's 12-0, 8 KOs. He don't. I mean, but the Olympic thing, and then the level. Let's see the competition. I mean, if you look at the level of competition.
He don't got nobody with a losing record that he fought at the time. Nobody has a losing record.
Nobody with a losing record. But so the way they gotta start, what I'm saying is they gotta now. I think this guy, and I'm a shoot guy. I call him the specialist. But he gotta get. They gotta start getting him with the names, and I see that they pairing him a lot with They pairing him with Xander a lot.
They're gonna start pairing a lot of these guys. Watch how Abdullah be fighting November 2nd. or around that time. Because I just seen that Jahad got a date for November the 2nd. They already fought on 2 cards together already.
Oh, the second.
Yeah, I just think like I stay I get a text every now and then. Like I'm like when's the date? I ain't heard about an opponent yet, but you get a date and then whatever opponent step up. But if you get a date, you know what I'm saying? Like I got a date, nigga. I just don't know what bitch I'm taking to the prom. But I got a date, you know what I'm saying? Like guys don't even have dates. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't even they got a date with no potential opponent. Like should be crazy. So I think Top Rank gonna start pairing a lot of their talent together. It's like right after this, Michaela Mayers, they fight on the 27th, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Michaela Mayers fighting on what? She's fighting on the 27th or the week after.
Let me see.
And I think somebody's on that card. Like, yeah, they're gonna start pairing the talent up, man. Or back to back real quick, then you might have some here. I already think that Janabek card fucks and that shit fucks some shit up. Why they had the shit playing. And then T.O. with his up and down ass, you never know what the fuck he's doing. Cause Top Rank ain't, they're not gonna do like the Sheik and PVC, but they're gonna give you a lot of good constant cards. Everything, the mics work, and to be truthfully honest with you, man, just better prospects. A lot of the times, better talent.
And to answer your question, Meyer, they fighting Friday at 9.
Mm-hmm.
Friday at 9.
With her?
Brianna Ryan, Sandy Ryan, and Michaela Mayer.
Who's on that card? Because she's headlining. They're headlining the Rights of Title fight.
Xander Zayas.
See, look.
And Damian Sosa.
There go some names for you right there. They keep
Bruce
you up.
And Suleiman. Elvis Rodriguez.
That card sounds loaded to me. For the youngest, and I say this.
Vito.
I've been looking. She ain't really built for the independent shit. Alicia Baumgartner she better sign with somebody. Baby girl, there's no way that you undisputed and you fighting on Fubo.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. But everybody got hush. I said I wasn't gonna go down the rabbit hole, but that's why I say people was real crazy with the Ryan shit. How they went with this and with her shit is just like it's a whole different story. And I think that's part of the problem. I for some reason, man. I mean, I ain't starting nothing, but I don't think nobody really wanted to, or they was questionable about touching her after that. You know what I'm saying? For a second.
I mean, damn, like you got all the belts.
Hey,
somebody got to work with you at a certain point.
If she's smart, and I'm just saying this because I like the way they moving, and I saw the president of the company or the dude who started the company give a nice, good, like 45-minute interview. I'm just saying, maybe she should align herself with ProBox because they will be offering championship fights soon, and they will be going, as a subscription-based platform.
She gotta do something because, and you know what, Bobby? I remember why we didn't go down that rabbit hole so deep like that and do it like that because her pops just died.
Yeah.
So you got, you know what I'm saying? That's a slippery slope if you get on her, then it's like you picking on her, and then if you don't, you know, it's like you ain't doing your job. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I get what you're saying, especially when I got a relationship with my homie from out there, and he was like, "Yo, he hopes she pulled through this year."
And then because everybody had questions, it was a lot of different things. Because her and Tony Harrison, that went sideways. Then you had Adrian Broner and Bill situation, and then her getting over there with Bill in that direction. And that was gonna be the worst thing. I'm just glad she got out of that mix.
You know, your pops passed. You're not with Tony. I mean, even though you was in Detroit for a while, I mean, that's Tony. That ain't your time. That's not your time.
Then she released link with Dez Bryant and shit. Like it was like, man,
you doing too much. Like you might, man, you might need to like listen on some real shit, baby girl. On some real shit. Let me put the damn screen on some real shit. You may need to try to get your team to work out a deal to get over to the top rank, and you may try. You may want to get on some of them Ohio cards with them Ohio players. You know. Get over there with that, you know, on the call to Abdullah, you know, maybe Jarrett coming back. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around, you know, Tiger Johnson.
What do you think? What do you think if she went overseas to let's say Queensbury or some shit like that?
She just covered one of them niggas before this bullshit. She was fighting on their call. She fighting on his own.
Yeah, that's how she got built. But this the thing. She got to capitalize, man, because women boxing ain't the same, man. They like, it's only so many of them, and they'll play that game. But you get in there with a broad that's hungry, she go in there and eat your lunch and mess up the church's money. That's it, man. So she got to capitalize. She got to strike while the iron is hot. And then I don't know if she plan on having children or what. You know what I'm saying? This dip, she got to, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's why. I mean, I might be a little weird with this right now, but after hearing that video, I mean that interview with ProBox, I'm like, I think a lot of people should start to like really align themselves with that company, because I think once they're gonna go big, and it's gonna be a lot of money behind it when they go public, because they can align themselves with a lot of other, you know, things like X and some of these other joints, because you're already dealing in the same type of, you know, platform type thing. You feel what I'm saying? Who knows? Maybe, you know, that might turn into a Netflix wanting to back her and shit like that. Who the fuck knows?
She got to be talking, man, because when I was like, well, who's showcasing this fight? And I looked, I said, oh, come on, baby girl. Come on, like, you don't really know. Like, maybe you should have broke up with Tony after the damn fight. So, you know, just, I mean, knowing that, like, you know, he ain't the biggest name in the world, but you got a former world champion as your trainer, and, you know, on the low, possibly your boyfriend. So that gets you in the doors that you ain't even know was getting you in. You probably was thinking, oh, you ain't doing nothing. As soon as they heard that you went with Tony, like, I don't even know if I want to showcase this fight.
Yeah, your corner is important. Your corner is very important, man. And
that's why she probably shouldn't have been fucking.
But another thing is this. You can't, like, you gotta know your worth too. Because it was a point in time when you know, what's her name? Shields was they was going at it hard and heavy. And that was the time to really make whatever happen and make a move, you know what I'm saying? Because I keep saying, man, sometimes, man, it's different when you got a lot of people backing you and they're saying, look, this is what we're offering you, we're setting it up. When you try to do that independent stuff, they play hardball, man. You don't have this, opportunities. So if you like, I'm not taking this and I'm this and I'm that, they're like, okay, go see how that work out for you.
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. She has some momentum on the internet with her and that her and Clarissa Shields and shit, right? Like, this is the people talking about. But baby girl, You went over there with Bill Haney. Like, listen, that just shows you like how people really still fuck with AB on the low. Like, bitch, yo, shit will stop after AB said what he said.
Yeah.
He bad. Like, first of all, he gonna say you really ain't from here like that. You ain't like that. Then I ain't gonna say the thing he said, but I was like, yo, bro. After that, like Bill even kind of fell back from you. Wasn't no more hitting the mix. When I didn't see no more. I didn't see any footage of that AB shit. It was like, yeah, you gonna have to fall back, baby girl. You gotta pick and choose what you're doing in this, especially if it's hard for men. What you think it is as a woman and you trying to be a star?
I'ma just say this concerning Bill. that whole situation with Bill got real ugly real fast, especially when Dev lost. You don't
play
want
with AB. Yeah. Don't play,
you want
bro.
to find yourself while you still trying to come out, and the entire camp that you fucking with is devastated because he just got his ass whooped. Now this is way before we all thought way before the drug cheating allegations came. It's just that those first 24 to 72 hours, shit must have been like, yo,
Look,
do I leave or do I stay? Because it looked like these niggas is finished.
but look, AC, before that, I remember Pop kept saying it because he'll say something. It don't be like blatant. It don't be like blatant and bold.
Yeah.
But he kept saying that when it came to Bill, them kneecaps have been greenlit. You know, like you go get with some kneecaps that been greenlit. You know what I'm saying? You already seen what Ryan did to his ass. That was the exclamation point. Man. Like, boy, you talking about y'all gonna go in there and stand? Okay. And then you know what I'm saying, Bill, you too big for your britches. You don't know what to say and how to. Okay, we're gonna green like them kneecaps, and after that you joined and you bump heads with AB, and AB still had motion.
Still had motion.
He gonna have motion because AB is AB. You know,
But we
what I'm
love him.
saying?
He AB. Like we love him. He AB. And then here's a fucked up shit. You had niggas that don't even fuck with each other killing you at the same time. How you got Floyd and AB on your neck? Floyd, that shit, when Floyd did that, when he said, what do you need, Bill? I was like, he got so calm. I don't got no problem with you, Bill. Like, what did I do? And shit was so fucked up because he was like, Bill, I've been trying to tell you. I tried to tell you. My daddy tried to tell you. Nikki tried to tell you. But you don't want to listen. So it happened. I ain't tell Ryan shit. I just said that just to make you mad. You know what I'm saying? You mad like Bill O'Reilly. I feel like Cameron now. And then I'm gonna go on the show you try to talk shit to me about because they fuck with me more anyway, which Cam and Mason. Right after you try to say, and right after you tiptoe around shit, I'm gonna go over there and just shoot your ass the fuck up real quick. Just quiet on all levels, bro. Like, you gotta watch like who you step on the way to the top, my nigga. Like, cause look at him now. Like, did y'all see that shit I sent y'all?
Yeah.
You're an arrogant fucking prick, aren't you, mate?
Yeah.
Who the fuck you think you are? You know how much fucking money you cost me? Give me your ass up like that. You know how much I bet on you? You talking about some fucking tickets at 6 a.m. I'll call you back at 8, and it's like, nigga, what the fuck is the matter with you, bro? Hold on. All your cronies on YouTube, you saying you got 30 mil for the fight, nigga? You can't pay for a ticket.
That's the entitlement gone wrong, man. Like when you got a sense of entitlement, it's like, hold on, man, I don't even got you on no deal. Like, why? This is free pub. Like, y'all can go on the internet and spin it. Like, yeah, we seen Eddie and we did this. Like, no, Eddie showed you, man. That's why I was trying to tell y'all, man. I was trying to say, listen to how Eddie was talking about Bud before the Spence fight, then how Eddie was talking about Bud after the Spence fight. Like, listen to how Eddie was talking about Devin before the Ryan fight. And then after the Ryan fight, man, like people don't be wanting to listen because the truth hurts.
Here's something else too, though. Here's something else. Here's something else. Like, Dad, you just look, nigga. We in the Jerron boots in his business. Point blank, period, nigga. You want to dip your toe in, dip your toe out. All right, nigga. That's cool. When it, you know what I'm saying? We do business. No problem, but we in the Jerron boots in his business, nigga, and I'll get back to you. Like, you got so much money, nigga. Why you won't fucking, I give you a good deal on the box. You know what I'm saying? You can, you get the press box, and you know what I'm saying? You can have your cronies up there, nigga, because you didn't, like, I feel like you skipped the whole Andre Ward interview to address anything that Eddie said about you, which was like an interview or two right before. So you go on Twitter and say this dumb shit like Eddie won't clap back. You tripping, nigga.
The problem is Dev never looked at how Eddie Hearn treated Derek Chisora when he got him, and then when Derek Chisora started losing, he didn't look at Dillian White when he got him, and then Dillian White started losing. You feel what I'm saying? Old boy got a history. It's like, if you're not winning and your name is not fucking Anthony Joshua, you ain't really shit to me.
Well, Dad, you cost me a lot of damn money. You cost me a lot of money. You cost me some humiliation. Now, you one of the losses I done took. Damn. We can say, what? He got about 8, 9 losses this year as a promoter, right?
Yeah.
And big fight cards and fights. Like, I don't know. When the Queensberry versus Matchroom, how many bouts has he won?
He didn't win one.
Them 5, did he lose all 5 on 5? He didn't get one win.
Yeah, he got his ass whooped from pillar to post.
Yeah, that was a straight shutout.
You know what I'm saying? He busted his ass like a grape.
Now look, here's the thing, right? I ain't got no problem. All right, cool. Like, I do want to beat him, but he from like over by the same where I'm from. Devin, you lost a fucking Oscar, nigga. You know how I fit, nigga. You nigga, you lost it. You lost the Oscar, really, his weakest fighter at the time on the roster. When it came to Mexicans, oh yeah. As far as skill and know what I can, nigga, you lost to the weakest one. This nigga drinking beer at the fucking weigh-in. You know what I'm saying? Nigga let you mush him and shit all through you pushing him around all through the goddamn, pre-fight shits and all the antics and shit. Getting the goddamn ring niggas with a left hook in the first round. You got a fucking concussion. First goddamn left hook. Yo, that damn DJ Michi and Ha Davis, bro, I'm telling you, bro, my wife was like, what are you looking at? I'm like, these niggas, I knew they was gonna run with it. As soon as the fight was over, it didn't even take 30 minutes or an hour. Them niggas already had clips up. I was like, these niggas. Woo, boy.
That's what I was saying. I was saying, man, it was all left hooks. I said, well, why is the right side looking?
That wasn't all left hooks, man.
I said, man, it was rights and lefts. It was a little bit, but we, the Oscar ring,
listen, man,
that was but it can't race what the world saw, man.
Man, all these steroids, like niggas tell me, I be like, yo, well, what does Ostarine do? And they try to tell you a whole bunch of other shit. But these steroid freaks tell you that shit damn near estrogen. That shit don't make you stronger. That shit don't make you go. "Argh." That's not what that does. He beat
But
your ass, bro.
it was a get out of jail free card. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it was.
He beat your
But let me address what you were talking about, man. Because I did this the other day. Right? I did this the other day. And that's real because
move to the other side.
Cause Frank Warren been kicking the shit out of Eddie. He been kicking his ass, right? And then you had Turkey out of Sheik. He did the little cutthroat gesture, and when you look at it, all of Eddie's stars, it's like who's left? Like he got everything riding on Boots, but Devin. You gotta think, why did Devin get cold feet and say he want 4 for Paro? Why? Because one, the IBF.
Yeah.
For two, it's either okay. Regis, he locked up with Catterall. They about to dance. It's either Sabril Matias, Regis and Hitchens, Shakur, Boots, or Tito Mercado. Pick your poison. Because you don't want to go get your seat back. You don't want to go get your seat back, like your seat, like because somebody is sitting in your seat. That guy, the second guy from the right, he's sitting in your seat. You don't want that back. You said you need $4 million for Pyro. We heard no discussions about Ryu, even though we know Ryu, he got to run that back. We don't know what Tio doing.
If he'd have said $4 million for Tio, I'd have been like, all right. Get this fight done. Please get this fight done any which way. Give him 2 right now and 2 at the fight. We get this fight done. But other than that, if you're not gonna fight the nigga with the fucked up ass hairline, take your ass to 147, bro. And you know you don't want no smoke with that damn old young ass man. Go. I think, bro, come listen. Barrios is fighting on Netflix. He's WBC champ. He's fighting on Netflix on the Jake Paul card.
Boots. Eddie pulled it off. I guess he paid them folks. Ain't nobody trying to go back and do the research on, even though they kicked the shit out of the Norman, but ain't nobody gonna go back and dig up and find out how much Eddie had to pay to dig his ass up out of that hole.
More than probably what he offered Barrios to get that shit, but then you got like standing on this, just like Devin. Come on, Devin, like come on, bro. You don't think you can whoop none of these niggas up here? Not one. You can't whoop nobody. With your nigga, you was the same size as Andre Ward. You don't get your goddamn overweight, heavy D ass the fuck up out of there. Get your ass the hell out of 140 pounds, bro. You 147 pounds easy.
He could have went like this. He could have did this. This would have been acceptable.
He ain't fighting none of them niggas. That Sandor Martin fight. That shit gonna be that Sandor Martin and that Richardson Henderson fight. I don't want to see them 2 fights. The only fight I want to see with Devin Haney would probably be Gary because he's gonna apply pressure, like real pressure. Like Sandor Martin and Richardson Henderson, they apply pressure, but it's technical. I don't want to see that right now. I want to see if you still got some dog left, nigga, and can you survive the storm? Plus, you bigger than all of them, nigga. You the same size as this motherfucker standing on this Norman and Barrios. You walk around the same size as Boots, man. Get the fuck out of here. You 170, 175 pounds right now. Easy when I seen your ass. Easy. When you said that, man, listen. We saw your big ass at the fair, bro. Even in them big ass clothes, you didn't look like you was around nowhere near 140 pounds. Why the fuck you wearing a sweatsuit in the desert in the fall? It ain't cold, nigga, in the inside. I know Andre Ward I know his heat work, nigga. Fuck, he wasn't wearing no damn, like he had on short sleeves and shit. Fuck you got on that damn. Never mind. Your fat ass out of 140-pound division, bro. For real. For real. Stop being scared. Get your ass out of the damn division, bro. Word. Get your get back with Ryan. Fuck them belts at 140. Get your get back, my nigga, with Ryan. Get your get back with Ryan at 140. Y'all both weigh in. I'd be like, man, the weight limit 150, nigga. Word. I'm coming in, you know what I'm saying? Word, for real. And then I'm going to like weight limit 147 pounds. But I'm not no catch weights or nothing. Like nothing beneath 147 pounds. All right.
Well, the way this nigga Ryan looking, now that I keep seeing him in shit that's not there, that nigga look like he belong at 154.
Nigga, he gonna be at 160.
That nigga look
for the Ortiz fight. He was calling for the Virgil fight.
Yeah. All right.
So right about there, like put that back up, body, real quick. I'm looking at that now. That's what he got to live off of right now. And Sabril already lost. Andy Cruz, an old baby in the game. Richardson Henderson, somebody who kind of been, I say, blanketed.
Oh, that's ammo. That's ammo right there. But yeah, Richardson.
Ammo. And then and Boots. So Sabril Matias already lost. He already lost the belt. He done lost his boogeyman stature. So yeah, basically Cruz and Boots. Right now, till you can build the other two niggas back up to where they was like, cause I forgot that is ammo. With a name like Ammo, nigga, you would think that I can put you on somewhere and niggas scared of you. Nope. Might know you like that. Bro Matias, what happened to you?
I seen something, man. I gotta dig into it. Let me do this real quick, and I got a question for you. You didn't buy any. What did you buy into the whole Conor Ben? Because they were trying to, after the fiasco. Some people say it was a publicity stunt. The whole "you ain't give me a ticket" stuff to try to get some traction, and then it was something about him and Conor Ben. Like, did you buy into any of that? And AC, you a fan. You a Devin. You like Devin. You rock with Devin. So, did you buy anything into that?
As far as the whole ticket thing.
No, the back and forth with him and Conor Ben.
I kind of just looked at it like, okay, so y'all gonna start to build the interest in the conversations and see how that goes over. But me personally, if he going up to 47 to fight Conor Ben, or if he even saying he can make 54 to fight Conor Ben, which I have no idea, but if you trying to make a Conor Ben fight on your way back at 47, I ain't got no issue with that. You feel what I'm saying? Because then you putting yourself in the mix to give you putting yourself in the mix for the conversation at 47. You feel what I'm saying? Knock off a Conor Ben, then give us a Blair Cobb, and then see what else happens after that. You feel what I'm saying? If you're gonna go to 47, you feel what I'm saying? But if it's
I think Conor Ben's locked in a negotiation with Chris Eubank, so this should be Like niggas just be doing a whole lot, man.
You
Yeah,
been
that
Ken, where they gonna fight at though? I know they ain't gonna try to bring that over here because Conor Ben can't fight over there, can he?
no, I think his suspension, from what they were saying that night, or I think I saw it on a UK channel. I was watching a UK joint. He was like, I Connor Ben that night. His suspension should have been up, or it'll be up shortly, because he was like, the dude was like, um, yeah, I was watching and covering the fight, and I saw Conor Ben and Devin Haney, you know, really jaw jacking and banging on at each other, and hopefully we could get that fight possibly at 47 if Devin Haney will entertain moving up to 47. Which the UK nigga was like, yeah, I don't mind. I think Devin Haney would probably do extremely well at 47. So I'm like, okay, Dev, everybody globally, you feel what I'm saying? Thinks your fucking ass should be at 47. Go to 47.
That's a fact. Get your ass up at 47, bro. Like you sitting around,
Yeah,
yeah, man. I don't know, like it's on him, his body.
yeah. I personally think he could make 47 no problem. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have an issue if he coming in at 47 and saying, you know what? Here's the strategic play. Yeah, I know Conor Ben been out for a minute because he been under his suspension. If I'm going up to 47, you feel what I'm saying? Me coming off a loss, everybody thinking I'm shaky. Let's say by the time we make the fight, Conor Ben suspension is up. Why wouldn't I do that? It's a win-win situation for me. Global, I get to knock off one of UK's uh, top young fighters and shit like that. And Conor Ben, he does have legacy name behind him, so why not? That's just the way I see it.
How do you see him faring against any one of these guys?
At 47, I'm probably gonna say uh, the guy who I possibly think I would I would say beats him. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what the situation is, um, y'all probably gonna look at me weird, but I think Stanionis will beat him. Boots is a big dude. If they fight under the IBF, um, he may be able to pull it off in the later rounds. You feel what I'm saying? Where Boots might tend to get a little bit more reserved and shit like that because he's still under that hydration thing, and Dev might be right in his sweet zone. So that could be a 50-50 or 51.5 versus a 49.5 type situation. Slightest edge going to Boots. As far as Barrios and Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. is a question mark because if he keeps tightening up his game, I see Brian Norman Jr. doing his thing against any of those guys. But Barrios, he probably could beat Barrios on points and keeping Barrios on the outside. Brian Norman is the dark horse because I don't know how he's really going to come in. You feel what I'm saying? I just got to see one more fight with Brian Norman to make sure, all right, what you're doing now is got you on the right path because you come in with that distance, with that failure to control distance, then a light puncher like Devin Haney could sit you down a couple of times and, you know what I'm saying, fight's over for you, bro. But as far as, 40, these guys, him and Tio make a really good fight. Puelo make a real, like, all of these guys are great fights for him. My only issue for him is you're not at the right weight class. And you're just not at the right weight class to be able to maximize your punch and what you do. So if you're gonna fuck around with these guys, I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. I really don't see him beating any of them. Maybe he might get lucky with Ryo. You feel what I'm saying? But Tio got him. You know, Puelo got him. Paro got him. I'm just trying to be honest, bro. I'm having a tough time seeing you beat all of those guys except the WBA champion. You know,
These guys.
these guys right here. My biggest issue with Russell. I'm gonna start with Russell first. My biggest issue with Russell is I don't know if he knows how to control his frustration yet. You feel what I'm saying? He just looks like a person to be suspect to when he get frustrated. When he gets frustrated, he might start flailing. So him and Russell to me would be a 50-50 fight. You feel what I'm saying? I can't remember old boy that's right next to him. What's his name again?
Kenny Sims.
Kenny Sims is that's a technical fight, bro. That's one I would kind of like to see.
Now I want to see him in a dog fight real fast. Then he can have a technical fight.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I don't like. Dev has the ability to talk a certain way to frustrate a nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Once Dev starts to get to that entitlement talk, that's gonna frustrate the shit out of Gary Russell, and it's gonna change the fight dynamic from a dog fight to Gary Russell. I think coming in that fight being limited to trying to find that one shot, and his brother constantly yelling at him like, "Let your hands go! Stop looking for the one shot." You feel what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this, AC. Did the fact that Ryan had oxygen in his system, did that make you believe in Devin's chin, or do he still need chin insurance? Pop, do Devin have a chin or not?
I can't honestly say he has a chin. It's 50-50 to me. I can't say.
Yeah. He got because what's it called is a big puncher, bro. On some real shit. He's a big puncher. He's probably in that weight, like between under 147, between that and 135. Yeah, Ryan's a big puncher because we said. Cause remember, Lau was like, what's Devin gonna do when he catches him like in a barrage of punches or like he's backing up and he's throwing left, right, and Ryan catches him, and he kept getting up, you know, even though one of them was, you know, a little questionable, you know, even when he was doing the downward dog in the yoga, but. Now listen to other boxers, and he was feeling himself, bro. Cause niggas was like, "What the fuck is you doing in those boots that you was damn fighting in?" Like, nigga, we don't fight in those. Your wardrobe, your outfit, nigga, that's not what we fight in. Like, you thought you were gonna go in there and just have the easiest night possible. Like, you really felt like you was levels above. So. But to keep getting knocked on his ass and make it to 12, the way that face was looking, yeah, he got chin.
Yeah, he kept getting back up. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Rock solid. I ain't saying it's rock solid. You know what I'm saying? But
I gotta give him that though. I gotta give him that, man. It was bittersweet for me because after all that shit and after I had been saying whatever, it was like, yeah, I knew it was coming, but when the shit happened, I was just like, damn.
That's probably why I can't say, because for me a rock solid chin is, you know, you could take one of them, it'll knock you back and shit like that. Your neck and back or go back, but you'll just come back, cover up and hug a nigga up a minute and then come back and throw your little shots at him and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Hitchens showed that against Lemos, man, because the dude, he ain't drop him.
Yeah.
He got him, he caught him, you know what I'm saying? He boxed, he clinched, he did whatever, you know what I'm saying? He showed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He took a shellacking a couple times.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's if he gonna land this plane at 47, then I'll be able to. For me, being a fan of his, I'll be able to say definitively, all right, you got a chin because I think this is where you belong and shit like that. You've been hit by smaller guys. Yeah, Ryan is at 140, but the dude could easily be at anywhere between 160 and 140. So you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll give you that for a second, but wherever you finally land your plane at and take those shots from those guys, all right, now I could say, all right, yeah, my nigga got a chin. You've already showed me that you can be dropped, you can be hurt. So I just want to see where you land a plane at to see if you can get knocked. If you could, not get knocked out by getting caught with a shot like that, and then the guy having that finisher attitude to go at you, and then you could fight your way out of it, compose yourself, and still put up a good fight. Go ahead.
It seemed like kind of been. It seemed like, man, that might be a good option, man.
Yeah.
It might be a good option because people say Conor ain't been the same since the egg situation, and Devin's punch resistance will be better at 47 because that'll be closer to his natural weight. He won't be cutting as much. He'll have some punch resistance. You should still have his legs because he's gonna come in shape. And if he box, because I mean Jalil was in there with Steve Dobb, with Pete Dobb, and Pete Dobb was in there with Conor Ben, and they both lasted 12. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Common opponent.
Yeah,
man. I'll say this before I put these kids to bed. Devin, get your ass to 147. And whoever first of all, nigga, it's a comeback fight. It's a comeback fight. You got, you know what I'm saying? You proving that, the Osterine shit was the reason that you lost. The nigga cheated. All right, cool. You got a weight class you supposed to be. If you ain't getting it, get back with Ryan. Whoever you fight gonna be a comeback fight.
But Pop, let me just interrupt with this. But Conor Ben is still known as kind of a big puncher at 47. So if he does come back with Conor Ben, you will be checking off two boxes. Yeah, the Osterine was the only reason why he was able to drop me like that. And number two, I came back. I'm at my natural weight. And I beat a name at 47.
You fight Conor Ben, but it's gonna be an asterisk against that shit too for some reason.
Yeah, because it's gonna be Conor Ben.
When the last time Conor Ben fought?
Before he got suspended, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like Conor Ben only had one fight since the egg shit.
What was it? 2022? That's the last.
He only had one fight since they said, the nigga was looking crazy and he was looking regular. He was like, yeah, nigga, he was on something. So it's gonna be like he ain't been in the ring, so you ain't gonna get no credit for that neither. To be real with you. You gotta get Conor Ben a fight or two to get back before you beat him up. So whoever else at 147.
That he can come back with?
Yeah.
That was in February.
He fought in February?
Yeah, he fought in September before that and February.
Okay, so then
yeah, and it's ready.
Right.
Yeah. Make that shit happen.
Because I don't know, man. Like I don't remember Conor Ben fighting.
Make that shit happen, bro.
That dude Pete Dobb, remember Pete Dobb? And Pete Dobb, he made a business agreement, I guess, man. He stopped throwing his hands at some point. He was just like, man, you had to throw your hands, but he was there. Conor Ben didn't stop him. I mean, he hit him solid. That dry ass fight they had over there, man. It was kind of dry.
And certain people I know, they say, "Oh, he did the Danny Garcia,"
Mhm.
and I ain't even talking about this fight. I'm talking about another fight. And Danny just stopped. He stopped throwing his hands in a certain fight.
Yeah.
Like, why you stop throwing your hands, Danny? But Devin Haney, man, get your ass to 147. Uh, and when it comes to the topic, the writing's on the wall for Keyshawn, and it's like it's a new season, and you're the starting quarterback, bro. You know what I'm saying? Drew Bledsoe's gone, or whoever you wanna, they're gone. Favre gone. Aaron Rodgers, Vinatieri, like however, it's the new wave now, bro. Tony Romo gone, like you know what I'm saying? It's the new wave now. Like you're the quarterback. But as a matter of fact, I don't want to do it like this, but bruh, it's kind of like that Russell Wilson, Justin Fields shit. Like yo, bro, you do know. You know what I'm saying? It's like that for everybody that lead. That's how Keyshawn was on Shakur Hills. Like nigga, you do know that if you drop the ball, I'm gonna pick it up and run all the way. I'm not giving it back, right? So don't get mad, like nigga. You never get in this spot. So and then the way they got Abdullah right behind him keeps the pressure on him too. So yeah. The writing's on the wall for Keyshawn. He's the same silver medalist than just like you said, just like Shakur. He's on a faster track. He's trained by possibly the best trainer in the game, if one of the top three, top five. He spars with possibly the best pound for pound fighter in the game. And I mean, it's what it is, bro. Like
You showed the closest resemblance too.
yeah, like I'll be real with you. If you go look, he's got 2 fights, bro, that you can actually pull up. If you go look at Bernie, the 2 fights that Bernie got, like I forget, they're on YouTube. It kind of looked like Bernie 2.0. I don't know why Bernie had a 9-year gap. I can only imagine. But when Bernie decided to come back and box, his fights was on ESPN. That says something. His second and third fight after a 9-year gap. You feel what I'm saying? So when you go look at them fights, you be like the way Keyshawn fight, like right there, look like not the crazy head move, but just enough that he ain't gonna hit me the whole punch. I'm right there. He kind of like Bernie 2.0 to me. Because at first I thought he was Bud at 135, but he's not a switch. And I seen Bernie fight. I said, oh, he looks like Bernie 2.0. That's a definite to me, anyway. But I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. This was fun.
No,
All right,
appreciate
Pop, man. Appreciate
dip out too, man. About to dip out too. Great show, body. Great show, Pop.
You know it, man. And always, man, make sure you come over here, man. Get that body work.
And put your link in there before you go. Put your link in the comment section, man. Subscribe to Pop. When I ain't over here doing this, I'm probably over there because it's like, man, we be at the bar, man. It's like we be over there hanging out, just chopping it up. We don't always agree. We show people how to do this, son. You know what I'm saying? And we still have fun.
That's a fact. That's how you got to do it.
But yeah, put your link out there and subscribe to Pop, man. Put your link out there. You know what I'm saying? Let people know.
Copy.
All right, AC, man. Enjoy your
show, man. Enjoy your evening, bro. Great show.
All right, man. But yeah, man, we had a good show, and we gotta admit, man, that Keyshawn, man, he's doing all the right things. You know, are there flies in the ointment? I would say there's flies in the ointment with everybody, if we're gonna be honest, right? But when we look at everything I put out here in the first portion of the video, Keyshawn doing big things, man. He putting on for his community, opened the gym. He's a personality. He's doing interviews, never at a loss of words. He's fighting the opponents. He's saying what he need to say. If everybody's saying the big names, he's saying the big names. The things that he's saying is matching what he's doing inside the ring. He has the Olympic pedigree. He putting on for his brothers. He's from the DMV. His card, the card alone, he's starting up something. He's sparking something with the Vargas brothers, and it's clear that that Bob got a plan for him. The rank check is there. He's in the rankings. He's right there. He just can't let the his youth and they call it youthful lust. But when you're young, you're just young, man. Like, like the young buck, full of testosterone. And in mating season, it should be like in a buck, man. They say, man, like the testosterone in a buck during mating season might be at 300%. We ain't too far from animals, man. If he can keep it under control, do his thing at home, he got a champion on the undercard. You get to see his other two brothers, Abdullah Mason, right there. So they got love. And it's his time to shine. He's not going to be in there with nobody that you can shake a stick at in Lemos. Lemos is built Argentinian tough. Just like Castano, change levels. People will cruise with bells and whistles. You know what I'm saying? We got to give credit where it's due, and he's putting on for his people, man. You can say what you want. I'm trying to go to the fight. I say I'm going to reach out to Kelvin, man. I be shooting him a little positive encouragement on the Instagram, and maybe one day he'll grace me with a sit down, man. We don't be on that bullshit over here, man. We're going to lift you up, and we just going to speak on it and keep it a buck about everything you're doing. So I had to salute DB3, mainly Keyshawn, for heading up the show, grabbing the bull by the horns. And like I said, man, check out Smoke, man. When I'm not here, I just want to kick it where I can know I could just be myself and talk. And yeah, I don't always agree. Yeah, get heated, but we're cool, man. You know what I'm saying? We cool. It's like hanging out at the bar. We know we got them fruits and veggies, not that Reggie. That's the link. So click on my man, subscribe to his channel. You know what I'm saying? He call it smoke session over there. It's laid back environment. You could talk your stuff. He go into other entertainment. That's where you might hear my take on something outside of boxing, but it's all boxing over here. Fruits and veggies, not that Reggie. That fact-based content. So I hope you walked away with something. You gathered something. If you catch this on the playback, talk to me. I'll talk back. But anyways, thanks for choosing Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to Bodywork.